An easy way to feel and remember how your body should feel when you hit that backhand is, what you want to do is think about a sack of potatoes. Imagine that you're a couple of steps away from the net, and you have a sack of potatoes that you need to that you need to toss over the net. So when you're gonna grab that sack of potatoes, what you do is you don't grab it like standing in front of it and toss it like that. You naturally kind of turn a little bit, just turn and toss it. Think about how would you toss that sack of potatoes over the net. That is exactly the natural feeling that you want to have when you hit that backhand. You're not thinking about the timing. You're not thinking anything. You're not trying to control nothing. It just happens naturally. It's like when we drive. We're not really thinking about it anymore. We're not trying to control anything. It's just happening. We just do it natural after repetition. So just think of that. When you're gonna hit that backhand, you wanna grab that sack of potatoes. You see, the body goes. It turns as one unit. We don't pay attention to what goes first, the hips or the shoulders and the arms. How do they go? What moment am I gonna let that sack go? You know, anything of that. That's exactly, you wanna learn having the feeling of the strokes. What I tell you here is something that is gonna be the basic stuff to learn it, but it's not written in stone. Eventually, as you get a hold of the technique, you're gonna adjust it to how you feel it, to how you like it. You're gonna customize it. That's why we see players that have different styles. But nothing is written in stone, guys. Nothing that I tell you that I'm teaching here, and nothing that you see anywhere else in books or videos or DVDs. We just absorb all that stuff, and that's just a guide how to start. And then eventually you're gonna say, okay, you know what? I want to adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna shorten this a little bit. It works better for me, or or this string I'm gonna go a little longer, whatever. You just customize it to how it works for you. But you gotta think that what you're learning here, this is gonna be everything about feeling, not really technically. This is not. Don't try to learn the forehand or the backhand and just checking on, okay, how much power am I gonna apply to that ball? Okay, how far in the front am I gonna apply? You know, I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna make contact with that ball. When do I transfer my weight? I mean, all that kind of stuff. Check. That is just your conscious mind trying to control it. Get it out of the way. Just repetition, and let your subconscious mind just remember it. It just gets used to it with the feeling, and it's just gonna allow you to hit it the way you drive, and the way we do all those things that we don't even have to think about. Okay, so don't try to control it. Don't try to be too logic. It's just repetition, guys. Repetition, and you gotta be completely relaxed when you're practicing, and you gotta pay attention to not really trying to memorize, but instead paying attention to the feeling. So just remember, hitting that backhand, just think the natural way. Forget everything I have told you so far. Just for 1 second, imagine that you're grabbing that sack of potatoes and say, okay, just toss that over the net, and that's how you want to feel hitting that back. All right. Okay, guys, let's move on.